panty liners.
And we're live.
Yeah, we're going live. Yeah.
Are we live?
It's going
The
there.
funniest comment, I'm going to mail some of these to the funniest comment in the chat.
Oh, wow. What a treat.
What a
They
sponsor.
have to comment with their address?
Can I compete?
Free.
Yes, please.
Everyone
Social.
please enter your address in the public chat.
All right, so we're live now.
I love
Always
all you
presents
guys.
script not found.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Really
So-
quick. So
That was for all of you.
last week what we did for a long form that I really liked was that our first long form was just sort of like a sprawling sweepy scenes from a word, and our second one was a world given by the chat, and we just sort of did anything and everything in that world for as long as we felt like, and then if we ran out of stuff, we would just get a new world or word or whatever, or we would just write it out as long as we felt like. Does that sound good to all of you?
Yeah.
Yes, Fire Hydrant World.
I think it's a really friendly format for these Zoom shows. So
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mel, you okay?
We are live. I'm just gonna try to find the stream.
Yeah. So just go to Script Not Found's YouTube channel, and it'll be there.
Awesome. Yeah, we have 12 people.
Yeah.
Shout
I'm
out to the
feeling
12.
very like unfocused and scattered. Is that okay? Do you guys still like me and want to be my friend?
Absolutely.
You're saying you're feeling very unfocused and scattered?
Yes, in a way
Me
that
too.
I feel very
Me too.
positive. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
Agree.
Yes.
When you did back to school shopping as a kid, what was your favorite thing that you were excited to buy?
Good cue.
Oh,
Yeah. Could you read this?
the thing that sticks out to me as something that I was so excited to like own and be like, I'm gonna wear this, was a limited 2 shirt that was like a long sleeve with the built-in
Limited
top.
2.
And it was like the white t-shirt, green camo sleeves, and then like a little monkey on it that like said something about like
I know exactly
like,
what that shirt
attitude.
is.
Yeah.
I was a little boy during the Limited 2 era, and I like distinctly remember like Limited. I mean, I had an older sister, so that's part of it. But for some reason, like I feel like Limited 2 was the only clothing store that I could probably name until I was like 13. Maybe that's a little bit old, but yeah, Limited 2. Yeah.
I recently watched.
Mel, what was your item, Mel, that you were always?
You know, I was always really into making sure that I had like the proper art supplies. So
That
like,
sounds like you.
I knew it was going to be a good year. My mom was like, "You deserve 64 crayons." Like,
Oh, baby, yeah, the one with the little sharpener in the back.
yeah. And I remember one time I got a crayon box that opened backwards, like it was like a manufacturing error, and I was like, work feels like.
No, I had those too, and we had to leave our crayons. This was like in first grade. We had to leave them in the classroom. In one day, this is actually kind of heartbreaking. I came to the classroom, and my first grade teacher handed me all 64 crayons in a Ziploc bag. And he's like, because I was apparently distracting kids with my sharpener. And he's like,
What? It was too much of a flex?
And my little like 6-year-old mind couldn't articulate why that was so wrong. And I was like, okay. He just like took the Ziploc bag.
Brutal.
It's like, all right, we get it. You're rich.
That was a good story to start off, but you know, there it is. It's out there now.
I'm just picturing pint-sized Mel like holding up her box of crayons and being like, "There was a manufacturing error." Like something about you using that phrase is really cute.
I convinced my mom that I had scoliosis, so she bought me a small little pillow that would go on the back of my chair, and I would tell people, I was like, "Yeah, I have an issue of the back." I would tell people that I was special, and people would want to borrow my chair, and I was like, "You can't. I have scoliosis."
Well, I'm still confused. How do you convince your mom you have scoliosis? They're like,
Your mom's like, "Well,
doctors in to come check the kids, right? They did
That's like a
kid says she's got scoliosis. Who am I to say no?"
Mel standing next to a doctor. Mel standing next to a doctor is just shaking his head, and she's like, "Who are you gonna believe, Mom?"
I'm sorry. I tried. I gave her all the tests. She doesn't
have it.
Yeah, no.
It's gonna be a long car ride home. You know.
And to be clear, like this isn't like a subjective thing. Like this is.
Yeah.
I would be able to see if she had it.
You don't need to get a second opinion, man.
Yeah.
Did you like convince your mom that you had passed your driving test when you were like 11 and like she didn't ask any questions? She was like,
There were definitely
That's
some times in my
scoliosis.
childhood that was like, oh, like I really was a favored child.
A favored child.
That's why you say favoritism, scoliosis diagnosis.
It was like my brother was doing his own thing, and so my parents were like, sure, Mel, sure.
There's no easy way to transition out of that, but I would like to greet everyone. And
there's no easy way to exit a
We
conversation
weren't
about
like
scoliosis.
in a dark conversation. Like, I
well,
beg to differ.
And
Alright,
now
I'm
to
sorry.
allow.
I want to be clear. I don't have scoliosis.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
And I-
very clear.
I'm so sorry I framed that too darkly or something. I don't think it was that dark. I just was like, I wanted to thank everyone for joining us in the chat, our beloved Script Not Found chat, which
Out.
thanks to these Zoom shows, have now hold dear to my heart. You're part of my weekend now. Thank you everyone for joining us. It's time for another Script Not Found Zoom show. And in these Zoom shows, oh, by the way, we have like a full house again. We've been
Look
a
at
lot of
this
our cast
posse.
members week to week because obviously things are difficult to coordinate. We all live busy lives, but it's really lovely to have everyone here. And I want to thank all of our cast members for making the time. I'm celebrating by getting wine tipsy while poorly hosting an improv show. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but it's really great to see you all. And thank you so much for being here, as well as our chat. We are going to be using our chat as always as like crucial inspiration for the scenes you're about to see. If you've never been here before, welcome. We make everything up and do it all over Zoom. So should we just get started? I don't see.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's open up with a game of Experts Challenge, okay? So the way Experts Challenge works is that there's a, we are all expert lecturers on a topic. And we are fighting for the baton that will allow us to speak figuratively. And whoever is speaking is making a series of points and whatnot. If any other experts feel that a point they made was flawed in some way, they can object and they can basically make their case for why they should start speaking. And I have the power to sustain or overrule their plea, and whoever is speaking at the end of a few minutes is the winner. So I don't think you need to know a whole lot else. So let's get the chat rolling right now. Can we get a suggestion for a what's something that is manufactured? Just anything that is manufactured, and we'll get some suggestions rolling in the chat. Now, chat, you are on a delay, so we don't actually get to see the answers right away. So while we wait for the answers to roll in, I'd like to ask Sasha how her week has been.
Oh.
Unless she doesn't want me to ask that and I can ask someone else or...
Yeah, I'm just talking about this week was really rough. I had a very long, experiment that took like 14 hours.
Because you're a scientist.
Because I'm a scientist, not a doctor. And
Dr. Scientist.
I
Doctor
also have,
scientist. Yeah.
no doctor, just a
Yeah,
scientist.
the doctor is silent, but it is there.
Yeah, let's be clear.
But then I watched Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior recently, and I think it's solidified its place as the #1 best Disney Channel original film. There's a
Whoa!
genuinely good, it's a good story.
Mel has thoughts.
is
I realize I'm pointing, but everyone sees a different thing. But
Yeah,
for me, Mel is right
Michael-
there looking.
And Michael just like, so
I have never
I'd love to
watched
hear
the
your
Disney
thoughts.
That should be the expert's challenge, but we'd love to take.
Mel left. She was
Did Mel leave out of protest?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's because she
She
knows
is-
she can't fuck like
She's
she
back.
can't hide it, you know.
I really like the suggestion of 64-pack crayons.
So,
All right, 64 packs
right.
of crayons
love that.
is, I think it'd be most appropriate if Michael started us off on this one.
Naturally.
Oh my god.
Because
Yes.
I want to
Good.
make up for his childhood trauma of
That's why
all
we
right, Mel
do
just left again. I'm
improv.
so sorry. Okay, so we're gonna take also briefly shout out to Lindsay. We see you in the chat. We all love you very much.
Me
And hope you're
especially.
feeling well.
And is that Chris
As well as you
Carew
can.
in there too?
Yeah, we saw Chris Crew in there. Shout out to Chris Crew and shout out to Lorcan, our other moderator that I see in there.
God damn it.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started. Michael, would you please get us started on the topic of 64 pack of crayons?
Yes. So Today I want to talk about the 64 pack, the Ferrari of packs of crayons. The 64 pack of crayons is your complete. It's rainbow and it's shades in between. It comes with a pencil, not a pencil sharpener, but like a crayon sharpener. It has this like, it doesn't like open like a sad little flap. It has like this like almost like this awning that opens like this. I remember this very vividly because before it was rudely taken away from me. It is, I will say that the sharpener part is kind of for show.
Yeah, Matt, what's up?
The sharpener is not just for show. Now,
Explain
sure,
how people use it.
Let's be honest. When you shove a crayon in there and you start rotating it around and you expect to get a fine tip on it, like you would with a typical pencil sharpener, does it become a fine tip? Not really. Sometimes it just gets mushed around. But it is not just for show, because the feeling that you get when you are using it, the true feeling of superiority among your classmates, that is real. And it's important to remember that feelings, things that make you feel good, are valid and real, even if they don't necessarily.
Yeah, Bree, what's up?
If we're talking about feelings, then I felt unsettled when Matt said shoved.
Oh yeah, me too. Absolutely. Yeah, please tell us anything you want to tell us.
Right.
I don't think anything living, dead, inanimate should ever be shoved. I think we should approach life with care and delicacy and intention. If you're walking around and you're shoving everything you see, that's going to have consequences.
Everything. Yeah. Mel, what's up?
How are we supposed to make any sort of advancement as a society without a shovel?
Oh yeah, all right, there we go.
Very good point.
Go for it, Mel. Go for it.
Got me.
Shovels were invented in 1904 by Howard M. Chevelle.
Challenge. I just
Hayden.
know that's not true.
Yeah, that's super late. Yeah, here, Hayden, go for it.
Yeah, Mel thinks that the shovel was invented in the 1900s, so it came after they built the transcontinental railroad. Come out after. I could probably the entire Egyptian civilization. They had no concept of shovels.
Yeah, Mel, what's up?
Are you going to say the railroad couldn't have been built by people using hands?
Yes, that's exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, that's what we're all saying.
Yeah, no one thinks that.
To be clear, other things you can't. Yeah, they couldn't have built the pyramids by doing the little hand thing or whatever Mel just described to me.
Doggy
They probably couldn't have built the Great Wall that way.
Yeah, Sasha, what's up?
They also didn't use shovels to build the pyramid. You know that, right?
Tell us about that, Sasha. Go for it.
You are bringing up the fact that shovels could have been like the fact that they existed at that time was helpful for pyramid building, and that's just strictly not true. There's actually a lot of other tools that the Egyptians used, such as they took logs of wood and rolled big slabs of limestone across. I don't remember a shovel.
Hayden, what's up?
You know the pyramids go down too, right?
Yeah, they also go up.
Yeah,
I want to keep hearing I want to hear where Sasha was going with all the different tools. Keep going, Sasha.
Which way do pyramids go?
Pyramids, obviously, pyramid is ancient Greek for only up, and so.
Challenge.
Lorcan, please say what we're all thinking.
The Egyptians do not name their great wonders Greek.
Yeah, they were also before. Anyway, just take it.
So pyramid isn't like some name that the Egyptians bestowed upon the pyramid.
Challenge. The Egyptians definitely didn't call them pyramids. Like that's a historical. Like,
Bree, you can't challenge yet. Matt, go for it.
Yeah, I lost my steam. I want Lorcan to keep talking.
All right, Lorcan, or actually, Bree, what were you going to say? No, hold on, Bree, what were you going to say?
I was going to say it's not a pyramid, it's a business, and you could have your own business. No one's getting it.
All right, we're going to end it there. We're going to end it there. That's next first challenge.
Guys, if you are your own business owner, okay, no one tells you when to clock in, no one tells you when to clock out, okay?
Guys, I just want to point out
what
that
most of the hieroglyphs translated to was boss babe. They just
have MLM shit
pretty much everywhere on the pyramids.
This
was the original boss babe.
Yeah. It's an ancient sarcophagus painting of a man drinking a protein shake.
I'm actually really curious. So our audience, I think, skews like a little bit younger than us and also is very international. are MLMs, like our multi-level marketing schemes, pyramid scheme, are those like as common in other countries as they are? Like, is that like a thing? I'm really curious.
Yeah, I feel like to a group of like young adult Americans, that's a funny joke, but I'm not sure, for example, our Welsh viewers think that pyramid scheme company memes are funny.
But maybe they are. Like, that feels like a thing that people would take. I'm just genuinely curious. I'm not necessarily asserting that they don't know them. I'm just
Don't just go to North America, they go down.
That's a really good point.
That's right.
Can I
yeah.
shout out Kara for trying to get hashtag Transcontinental Railroad going in the chat?
Thank you, Kara.
Dude, our chat,
it's really fun.
our chat is like college level, you know, like reading. Like, we're like, for our hashtags, this isn't some basic hashtag stuff.
Also,
Yeah,
Matthew, I'm sorry for trying to challenge before you even got to say anything.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was funny.
I liked it too.
I'm hugging your little screen.
Do you want to talk? Oh, I thought that we were.
Inverted pyramid under all of the pyramids?
This is what?
Is there like an inverted pyramid under the pyramid?
They go
No,
down.
it's like
They're
a
like
big
there's like all
tube.
these cavernous tunnels where they like hid bodies and other coins or whatever the hell else they took with them.
They'd like bury other shit with the pharaoh.
Yeah, treasures. Usually
I
it's
love.
the fortune
That's
of the dead one, yeah.
Well, I think we all learned something.
All right.
Who knew
Sorry
the
if
shovel
I'm
was invented so
sorry if I'm spreading misinformation. It's totally my fault. Also, sorry if to our chat, if you think that we legitimately endorse pyramid schemes, sorry if you got that impression either. All right.
DM me.
What?
Huh?
What? All
I
right.
told them to DM me.
Okay, DM Matt if you want to become your own boss. Anyway, let's move on to
Lindsay's
our
being
first
really
long
funny.
form. Last week we did 2 long forms in total. One where we got a word from our chat, and the next one where we got like a world environment. I really liked that format, so I want to do it again.
Hell yeah.
Let's start with, like, this is our first long form, so let's get a word from the chat. Let's just get some words that we can use as a springboard for a series of loosely connected scenes. They could be connected to other scenes. They can be connected to an idea they got from the word, or really any theme we can think of. So we'll start doing that. And also for the long form, in case we just played a game, right? We usually call those short form. Long form is when you do a series of scenes pretty much uninterruptedly that are all connected by some theme. We, over these Zoom shows, like to hold up numbers to signify that we are in the scene with our scene partners who are also holding up numbers. It's just so we can visualize with each other and help you as an audience tell who's just going to be watching and who's actually in the scene. So if you see a number, that's all we're doing. You also may see me do something like this or this, just to call attention to something outside the scene. Hayden,
Or
I
sometimes
feel like
he goes,
Yeah, he goes.
I beg it all to stop. Sometimes you might see me do this, or you might see the screen go black.
Right,
That's just me killing
right.
the stream so we don't get sued over something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Hayden, how have you been? How's your week?
Week's been pretty good, man. Good work week. Had some nice rain around here, so it's very relaxing. You don't even have to put the Spotify rain, soundtrack on to sort of relax.
Oh, do you do that?
You're talking about the hurricane,
I used to do
right?
that when I went to sleep. I don't really do that anymore, and it doesn't really seem like that conducive for a work idea. But I thought it, I don't know, it's kind of relaxing. I'm not sure if you guys like to work with theirs.
I was
like
woken
that.
up. I was woken up at like 7:30 this morning by a like one of my neighbors got a huge tree completely removed from their yard this morning starting at like
Whoa.
7:30.
That sounds
So,
noisy.
this extremely loud noisy wood chipper was just going off right outside my bedroom window.
God, that's awful.
It was really bad.
Lorcan's devastated.
It was like, I'm not a grumpy person. Like I'm not one of those people who wakes up grumpy even if on short sleep. And I even felt a little bit of the grumps there. I was like, what the fuck? It's Saturday.
Yeah, that's grump territory for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely grump territory. We got a bunch of words. Danny, did you see anything that would be a good word for us to springboard?
Yeah, I like snowball.
Snowball.
Oh,
I
fun.
love that. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. This is the snowball long form, and just as a quick reminder, you may see some numbers. That just means who is in the scene. We'll do some scenes that are inspired from the word snowball, and here we go.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, it's just out of control at this point. Like, it started with like one of those, like I put an ad on Instagram, right? And I sponsored it, gave them $10, right? And then they just asked me for 20 the next week. And I had a friend who did the same thing. And he said that those little mugs I paint, right, Josh?
Yeah, sorry, I was getting bogged down with the numbers and the money, but okay, yeah, we're on the mugs.
Yeah,
okay.
I was just saying I was selling my painted mugs, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and like I was really proud of this one. This batch turned out great, right? And I was really excited. I was going to sell a bunch of them, right? I was going to finally show my parents what's what with this whole mug painting thing, right? And I promote it on an ad because I wanted to do an entrepreneurial thing, right, Josh?
Look, I'm with you the whole way here.
They're price gouging me is what I'm saying. Like if I don't give them 20 this week, my friend says they'll start nuking my ads and they'll just make it so no one will ever.
What?
It's like they said that it's like an addiction thing where like I got to keep paying them more money every week. Have you experienced this, Josh? I know that you make hats.
I'm glad you brought up my hat business because
I just wanted some advice.
I was kind of feigning interest in the mugs because I wanted to get into the hats. I'm not sure if that makes me a bad friend.
I'm so sorry, Josh. I'd really just talk to your off. How the hat's been?
I quit. I didn't want to bring it up, but I've been fading.
You said you were dying to talk about the hats like 2 sentences ago.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ease you into it because
cut to Josh on a first date. So when we were finally able to get out of the country, we came home and it's just been, it was a whirlwind. I had never been kidnapped before, obviously.
I'm with you the whole way.
Yeah, well, I noticed that your eyes were drifting away from me while we were talking. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I saw a guy with some pants that I liked. Actually,
I was telling the gripping tale of my kidnapping.
Yeah, but these pants, they were.
Hey, were you looking at my pants?
Yeah, hey, those are great.
Thank you.
That guy comes over, takes the woman's seat. She just kind of gets up and walks away.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've been getting a lot of compliments on these, but I just noticed I in fact like your pants.
Oh, look, stop! You don't have to divert away from you. Those pants are gripping. I mean, that is a gripping pair of pants that can keep anyone's attention for any amount of time, regardless of what any kind of counteracting story about some bullshit kidnapping.
Cut to them walking down the street holding hands, wearing each other's pants.
These are great.
Oh yeah, this is the life. This is I was when you met me, I wasn't doing so hot, but now that I have somebody to share pants with and share a life with, really, it makes me feel whole.
I know, right? Cut to Matt from the date. Matt talking to his best friends Mason and Bree about how the date went.
Yeah, I didn't lead with the kidnapping story. Like, I get that's not like light table talk, but
I was worried about that.
At some point, he was asking me, he seemed interested, at least at first. And so, you get to a certain point with the person and you're not gonna not launch into the story about your kidnapping 2 months ago. I mean, it's kind of what's been going on with me.
And you're so brave for getting back out there so quickly.
What else am I gonna do?
That's true. Yeah.
I'm back.
I mean, you could have taken maybe like a weekend off or something.
It just feels, why am I getting criticized in this conversation?
I'm sorry. No.
That's a Matt's friend group, but Matt's not there. Mason, Bree, heard you two are hanging out with Matt again last night. Did he talk about the kidnapping the whole time?
Yeah, absolutely. And he says he waited long enough, but that kind of implies there's like a universally agreed upon like time to bring up your kidnapping on a date. And also, I'm pretty sure she texted me only half an hour after the date started, so I don't think she waited to mention it.
No.
Cut to Matt ordering a drink at Starbucks. Sorry, I haven't gotten a new credit card since the kidnapping, so I'll have to pay in cash.
Did that guy just say he was getting kidnapped or something?
Yeah, you can pay in cash. It's fine.
Did you want to know about the circumstances surrounding the kidnapping? Because I'm happy to explain them if it helps you understand why I didn't have the card.
We just need the name. That's all. We just need.
Oh, you're interested as well, sir? You would also like to know about the kidnapping? I don't know if you guys want to take your break.
I'm gonna take my break, but alone. So
cut to Matt in a parking lot at night. Okay, yeah, no, I get it. It was a tough. I'll leave you alone. I just don't want to hear about it anymore. Okay, so just pretend this never happened. I was not gonna snatch you. Just
no. It seemed like you were on the way to, and I'm open to that. I just wanted. wanted to tell you about my previous experience with this, so that you would know, my background in this.
Sorry.
Hey, Michael.
Emma?
Okay. Can I tell you something? But you have to you just swear you're not going to tell anyone.
Oh, no, never, no.
4 p.m. after school.
Okay.
I built the sickest snowball fort, and I have stocked up enough snowballs in between classes. I've been walking my little booty to tootie over there, making some snowballs. I've got 50 stockpiled, and we are totally gonna own Lorcan and Mason. They're not even gonna know what hit them, except it'll be snowballs.
Oh my God. They don't know what's gonna happen. They have no idea. Oh. Well, do we hide out now? I mean, I am down.
Chill. It's 4th period. Chill. This doesn't go down.
I'm down to skip class and get the jump on him. What?
I said this doesn't go down until 4 p.m. Pacific Standy.
Oh, Pacific Standy time.
We gotta lay low. It's only science, 4th period.
All right. The thing is, Mel, I said I'd keep my, my lips zipped, but I can't keep a secret for that long. So I really think the sooner we get to the snowball fort, the better.
Hey, Michael, how's your day going?
Oh, hey, Larkin. It's really good. Just about to go to science class.
Michael is sweating profusely.
Did you say snowball class?
No. He's just talking about.
Is that like an extracurricular?
No, he's just talking about something stupid that he's not supposed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
No,
we see Michael has a.
No, you should be nicer to Michael.
Michael, come on, we're gonna be late.
Okay, all right.
Cut to Mason and Lorcan talking near Lorcan's locker in between periods. Lorcan, I didn't realize you got back from volunteering at the soup kitchen so soon.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow day, to be honest.
I mean,
things are looking good around here.
Yeah.
More people are back at work. It's great to see. It's heartwarming.
What are you gonna do now?
Hey, Mr. Mason. Sorry, it's me, Tina from the orphanage. It found out that I found out that I'm going to get to come to school now because of the good word that you put in for me. So I just wanted to say thanks for your years of friendship and your dedication to getting me into school. I'm going to get to go here now.
I mean, you just deserve all the opportunities that everyone else at the school has. And I'm just so glad you're here now.
Oh. I'm so glad that you get to join us at school. Me and Mason are going to study together after school. Why don't you walk with us?
I would love to walk with you. You lead the way.
Oh, Lorcan, don't forget your coat. Remember, you easily succumb to hypothermia.
Oh, that's true. We've seen that bite you in the butt.
And this whole community could never withstand to, see you go down again. So
Goodness, no.
Cut to Michael and Mel sitting in the back of science class. Okay, so I went to go do some recon on Lorcan at that dumb soup kitchen. And I took some cans from the back and rolled them up in snow. So those are the first snowballs we're going to throw.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's sweet. I actually got some assorted rocks and sticks that I put into my snowballs too.
Oh, heck yeah. Birds ain't got no need. There's no nests going up at this time.
No. I had to fight off some birds actually, but that's neither here nor there.
No, that's entirely here and present, Michael. These are things I need to know from my front linemen. If I'm
we see that they're actually in a lab group of 3, and Sasha's just staring at them talking about this.
Guys, I really think we need to finish dissecting this frog.
Sasha baby. Self.
You said you would do the intestines, and I'm now doing the intestines, and I wasn't supposed to do the intestines.
Sasha, this is life or death, not for the frog, but for Michael and I. Okay?
Yeah, it's either this is sort of a you're with us or you're against us situation. So if you want to keep, choppy at the frog, and you let us have our.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what's your after school look like?
We cut to 3:55. The trio is exiting the school, and the other trio is behind their bunker. And the bus driver is also there. Okay, guys. I gotta drive away. Okay, I can't hold the bus for you guys.
Mr. Brihanna, you have a responsibility, okay? And that responsibility is to get the youths of this town home safe. Well, I'm not ready to go home. So you're gonna wait. That's what you're gonna do.
I don't like killing people or hurting people. Can I go, or do I have to be here for this part too?
Sasha, that's interesting. You say you don't like hurting people. We all saw your rendition of Maria in last spring's Sound of Music. You hurt my ears.
Nice one.
Lorcan, Mason, and Tina come around the corner. They're both. Lorcan is holding one of little Tina's hands. Mason is holding the other, and she's sort of like swinging between their arms a little bit.
Perfect. That's the moving target. All right, on my count. No, Sasha.
I just feel like
Sasha. No, I know for a fact there's no play rehearsal today. I can't.
Just at that moment, one of the grandmas of one of the students is coming just right in front of the bunker, just heading towards where the other trio is coming out of, trying to enter the inside of the school. Oh, my kids.
The camera goes into slow motion, and you see impact of not even snowballs, just rocks, sticks, pieces of dissected frog smacking against little Tina's face. The old woman slips, she falls. Lorcan selflessly dives to try to catch her, but falls in a puddle, immediately starts shivering.
Stupid soup kitchen.
All right, we're gonna cut there. I'm in the mood for another word. So Danny, were there any words that you remember from earlier in the chat?
Let me scroll up. Let's see. There's esports, and which you could take however you want, or a hallucination. I like hallucination.
Oh, okay. Let's do hallucination.
This is the hallucination long form.
Right.
This won't be. We'll just do a couple zines loosely based on the word hallucination. Anyone got anything?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so just to understand, Lorcan, you're going to be the devil on my shoulder. Sasha, you're going to be the angel on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm the devil.
Okay, and do
Wait, which one was I again? I was Angel.
No, you're the devil.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this your guys' first time being an angel devil pair on someone's shoulder? Because you guys don't have a lot of the basics ironed out.
Yes, but we're very eager, and
Yes.
we'll do anything to do a good job.
We are here to help.
Okay, but are you? Because Lorcan, you're the devil, so aren't you here to lead to my downfall? I don't want to micromanage.
Yes, I got it right. Sorry, your turn. What?
Look, guys, I don't want to micromanage. I understand. I appreciate you being here. I understand that this is, a service that I'm being provided, seemingly,
Matt, if you feel the need to micromanage, please, because we could use all the help we can get.
Yeah, this is hard.
Okay.
This is really super hard.
Okay. We
also sometimes don't listen very well. Like that's a thing that was said to us a couple times. So you might have to say things several times to us. I don't know that will come in. That will be a problem. But I'm just telling you because I'm a very good communicator, and I'm really excited to do a great job as your angel.
Okay. Well,
he's a fantastic communicator.
Lorcan. I
think it's nice that you guys get along. Like that's sort of fun. I thought that you guys would be butting heads constantly, but.
Hello, I'm the creature that speaks in rhyme. Where do you want me to stand this time?
Oh goodness. Okay. I didn't expect. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't expect another hallucination to be here so soon. Hello, creature that rhymes. It's nice to have you. Wow, we've got a packed house for this date, don't we? Okay. Well.
Hey, sorry if I'm late. I'm the part of your brain that reminds you have to pee.
Okay. Do I?
Not yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Hold it in. Hold it in. It never hurts. If you keep it in, that's the worst.
You realize.
Okay, did she just rhyme in within? Sorry, what was that, sir?
I was gonna say, you realize Matt is in a conversation with another person standing outside of a car with an open window, and you're like, "Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna tip it in? What are you doing? You've just been standing there for like 2 minutes."
I don't know. I've been trying to process a lot of different things. I can't decide whether if I'm going to tip it in. Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're going to throw stuff in this car, but you said I got to think about it for a few seconds, and then you started looking on either side of your shoulders, and then you looked down, and I didn't know what you were establishing then, and then you looked back up, and then here we are.
Yeah, no, I know that it seems like a lighthearted prank, but it just feels like this could have ramifications, and I just need to mull it over a little bit longer. Do you mind if I take a couple of minutes with to have a conference?
Yeah, why not? I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna go get another drink, I guess.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. I promise we'll throw stuff or decide not to throw stuff soon.
Hey, that's great. You make an informed decision.
Okay. Guys, I feel like that didn't go well at all. I feel like he could tell that I had hallucinations.
Yeah.
I feel really good. I actually think this is going to be so much fun when we finally come up with a decision, which we will because I feel really qualified. I'm just happy to be here, honestly. Thank you.
Okay, well, should I? Is it right or not? Should I do it?
What is it?
Do what?
It feels like I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm pretty sure that I'm throwing things into a car potentially. It's like a prank of some kind, and I think that it could just be lighthearted and fun, but I just don't want to make a decision that would hurt somebody, or I just don't. Do I have to pee?
Wait. No.
Okay, thank you.
Cut to Mason, another person, and his angel Hayden and his devil Michael on his shoulders. I mean, like, it just feels like no one would even know if I just pocketed it, you know?
Then do it.
No, that's not you. You know that's not you.
You're right,
I mean, it could be you. If you do it, it's you.
If you don't do it, it's you.
Oh man, I hate it when you two use the exact same line of reasoning. It's so difficult.
It's the real the ha of it, you know?
It doesn't feel like me. Really, I think Hayden's right on this. It doesn't feel like me. I feel like the right thing to do is to just speak up. We're all in line right now. Everyone's here for several minutes, right? Like I could just ask if anyone in line, dropped their cash,
We see that he's in line at a limited 2, and he's surrounded by jean jackets and a lot of teenagers who are buying candy.
It just feels like I could just ask,
We see one of the teen girls in front of him in line is like, gosh, I must have dropped it.
Fuck.
Dang,
Okay.
that was all the money for all my new school clothes.
Okay, I think Hayden's right. I think it's the girl in front of me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you said that me and Michael were having the same kind of line of reasoning, I mean, maybe he is right. I don't know. I'm not that confident.
Well, there you go. And I'm pretty confident. I mean,
Yeah, Michael's always confident, but Hayden, come on. Like
I'm very trusting. I'm just hoping the other, like the devil guy's like giving you good advice too. I mean, I can't expect the worst of him, right?
All I'm saying is, how do we know the person in front of you is telling the truth? I bet she smells your
the young
fear
girl.
about the money.
The young girl turns around. Sir, are you peeing right now?
I forgot to invite. Oh no!
Let it all go.
All right, well, we're gonna cut it there. That was awesome. I guess I was just peeing in the middle of a clothing store.
Ew.
Shout out the creature that rhymes. I just want a quick shout out for the creature that rhymes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have one of those, I
And
guess.
dances.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I saw Mel I saw Mel enter the scene by going. I was like, this is gonna be fun. I don't know what it is, but
You were like at the window, right? You were like,
You're
right?
telling me that the creature that rhymes doesn't have like a move? Like what?
As a reminder, you may see us hold up numbers to say if we're in scenes or do entire dance routines. That was our first long form. That was a lot of fun. I want to keep the show moving, and we a couple shows ago, we played a game called Game Master, which is actually a game that several of us played in our college days, but have not played in like a script not found like a stage show. But it's a lot of fun, and we think it lends itself pretty well to this format. So the way Game Master works is that I will be playing the role of like one of those text-based RPG games from like even before I was a sentient being. But like basically there were these computer games that would type out scenarios to you, and all you could do as a player were type in actions that you wanted to perform, and the game would give you feedback as to what happens as a result of your actions. So we'll be playing a video game basically where our main character, who I believe is Mel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so our main character, Mel, will be the player, right? And I will be the game, giving feedback on how things are going. And it's pretty, like, you'll get it as it goes on, but basically we'll be filling out a video game world as Mel quests for something, essentially. Yeah. We need the chat to help us figure out what is Mel seeking. And also, if you feel like it, add a couple features to this fantastical video game world. Actually, it doesn't have to be fantastical. Just any setting for a video game to take place. Danny, what's up?
I was just going to say, well, first of all, shout out Ben. I know he's been wanting to shout out. But also, Lindsay earlier said that Matt looks like a UPS worker, and I agree.
Oh, okay. I see it.
I feel like they're always wearing, just the brown, That's all I had to say.
Okay, thanks, Danny.
Yeah,
always updating us.
Thank you, Danny, and thank you, Lindsay. I think.
So from the chat, we'd love something Mel's questing for, or like the setting of a video game that where someone might seek something. As those roll in, I'd like to ask Matt.
What up?
Matt.
How long have I been at UPS? 12 years.
Yeah. How's UPS going?
Yeah, I started in the mailroom, moved out to the driver track, and long days, a lot of heavy lifting, but I would say that overall, very satisfying job.
Matt, have you ever?
Every room at UPS not a mail room?
Sorry, say that again.
Is every room at UPS not a mail room?
Lorcan, you just stumbled upon one of our favorite jokes at UPS. Well done.
Matt, I was going to ask you, have you ever worked a job that was like physically intensive?
Physically intensive. Well, you tell me, Mason, is refereeing laser tag matches physically intensive? Because the answer is yes. I spent 3 summers of my life chasing down kids who were running around inside laser tag, potentially hurting themselves and others, and making sure that they followed the rules. Physically intensive, absolutely.
This is maybe me misremembering a detail, but did you not tell me once that one of your coworkers at that laser tag place was Avi Kaplan of Pentatonics?
Yes, fun fact. Avi Kaplan trained me at my laser tag job in like 2010.
And then trained you how to be an a cappella bass, right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm a renowned a cappella singer in my free time.
I think we've bought plenty of time for the chat to give us some stuff.
You don't want to keep going?
I've got a few things that I like.
Yeah, please go for it, Danny.
I like if Mel's searching for a Radio Shack in ancient.
Mel's searching for a Radio Shack. Okay, cool.
Love that.
An ancient one?
In ancient Greece.
Ancient Greek Radio Shack.
Yeah. Like this whole thing
sounds fine.
In ancient Greece. Yeah.
Dope.
All right. We now know our setting for our Game Master. All right, so this is Mel. She's questing for a Radio Shack in ancient Greece, and it's the Game Master.
Hey.
Eyes open. Ye awaken in a colonnade, a giant hallway bordered on each side by Ionian columns, and in ancient Greece. You see to your right and left that the columns are very, very tall, at least 3 stories tall, and there is missing any awning, like it's just all open sky right above the columns. You feel the sun beat down hot as it is midday. It is sweltering. And you look you look inside your pocket and realize that all of your things that you normally carry around with you are missing. It is hot and you are thirsty and you have nothing in your pockets. What do ye do?
Look for water.
Ye look around. To your right is a garden filled only with lawns and greenery and flowers and things like that. You look forward and the hallway extends, the colonnade extends further and further down with no end in sight. You look to the left and there's a giant staircase heading down into a street. You look behind you and there's a giant, like almost palace-like building. There's no water in sight.
Enter the garden.
Ye turn right and enter the garden. As you enter the garden, you see hedges sprawling around. You see grass as far as your eye can see. You see flowers, primarily yellow and blue. And you see in the middle an empty bird bath-like looking little statuette thing.
Sit under the tree.
Hey, stay off the grass.
The groundskeeper, Hayden, reprimands you and slaps you on the wrist as you try to sit down under one of the trees. You stand back up.
She's just trying to enjoy the trees.
Quiet, you.
This very, very unlikable groundskeeper hushes his daughter, who he's brought with him to work, and you realize it is the citywide Bring Your Daughter to Work Day.
Look, Bethany, I'm sorry I snapped at you. I shouldn't have been so harsh on this girl for getting on the grass, but I taught you one rule about the grass, and what was it?
Don't go on it.
Don't go on the grass, unless you're, of course, tending to the grass.
Skip.
You skipped 12 pages of dialogue, or monologue, rather. It is now 5 p.m. despite you starting at midday. Hayden finally remembers you are there. You are literally lightheaded from how dehydrated you are. Hayden has a look of concern on his face, and Bree starts holding up a tiny little cup of water for you.
Ask for water.
Ye ask water of the person who's already offering you water. Bree gives you a really, really weird look, but kind of says, all right, and just gives it to you.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah, she's dumb. Give her the water. She doesn't understand.
You see where Bree gets it from, +1 knowledge.
Drink water.
You drink the water and feel refreshed. You restore 3 health points. You look at your phone to try to contact. You look at your phone and realize that the screen is cracked and nothing. It's not turning on. You suddenly realize that you have a very strong need for assistance with your phone.
Ask for rice.
You ask Hayden for rice.
I'm at work. You think I bring rice to my work as a groundskeeper?
You lose 5 more hours of Hayden rambling about how you skip 5 pages. You glance at Bree. She gives you a shrug like, I don't know, because she also doesn't have any rice. You look around the garden and realize that you are going to miss your window of opportunity to contact anyone you care about if you cannot get any help.
The garden is closed.
Hayden starts fencing off the garden, giving you a one last opportunity to leave or stay.
Leave the garden and go down to the city square.
You leave the garden, return to your spawn point at the colonnade, and you go to the town square. There you find a backpack labeled with all of you, labeled Mel's things as like a personal belongings pack.
Backpacks, 3 gold pieces,
The backpack
backpacks.
peddler who has something labeled Mel's backpack is peddling it to anyone.
Backpacks, 3 gold pieces.
Lorcan, a wealthy townsman, bids very high on the backpack.
8 gold pieces? My goodness, that's more than twice my asking price. Here you
10
are.
gold pieces.
Michael, an even wealthier town aristocrat.
Do we have a bidding war? 10 gold pieces is the going price. This nice backpack here going once.
What do you do, Mel?
I don't actually know what's in it or if it'll be helpful, so keep walking.
Ye completely abandon all your belongings, leaving it to the highest bidder.
To the man in the golden robes.
Michael, the man in the golden robes gives you a very long eye contact stare, as though definitely expecting you to ask him something or whatever, but instead you just walk straight by him and continue into town. Michael looks down dejectedly and goes home with a backpack and an empty feeling in his soul. Ye persist into the town square, and you see a set of buildings. One looks a little bit like a lodge type area. One appears to be an archery course, and one appears to be a stable with many horses, and a very, very friendly Matt just waving at you very invitingly near the stable. What do you do?
Approach Matt.
You approach Matt, who is nodding ferociously at you as with every step you take toward him. He greets you with his plethora of horses at his stable.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. A neighing good time. You must just have one of the horses. You can just have it for free. Please just mount one of my beautiful...
Skip. It is now the next morning after hearing Matt's ramble, but then he closes his long monologue by saying, well, so will you please take one of my horses?
Please.
Say I will trade for a horse if he can tell me where the nearest rodeo shack is.
Oh, I would be happy to let you know about that. You know, it's a funny story. I was back over there the other day, and over the hill, take a left, hop over the stones, and knock on the wooden peg.
Take the horse.
Yeah, okay. You take the horse in exchange for
I love you!
Matt's instructions.
Whoa, wait. Did he say love?
Matt's wife storms out. What did I just hear?
Oh, skip.
I got myself in a pickle again!
You ride your trusty horse. You ride your trusty horse far into the distance over the hill as Matt prescribes. Now you dismount your horse. It is nighttime again, and your phone still has no ability to turn on. You still have no rice or anything to help. You see a sticky note attached to the bottom of the horse that just simply says, but first, you must gain one's trust. And that's all it says.
Name the horse.
Ye name the horse. What do you choose to name the horse? Please enter the name.
It's Big Phil.
I can't see it. What does it say?
Big Phil?
You choose to name your horse Big Phil. Upon naming the horse starts talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You've released me from my curse.
Big Phil is
finally.
Big Phil is so gracious.
Now I can finally talk.
Hi, Big Phil.
Oh, hello, Mel. I am so happy to be able to join you on your journey to the rodeo shack.
You say that I've gained your trust?
I would say you have very much gained my trust.
Great. Tell Phil to take me to the radio shack.
Tell Phil to take you to the radio shack?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay, yes. Ye tell Phil to take you to the radio shack, and he confusedly but still obliges. You gallop into the distance and come across a meadow clearing that appears to have like an entrance into like this weird hilly place. Like it almost looks like a hobbit hole with the door and whatnot. On the door though, there's all these shapes and polygons and stuff like that, and they all look like different shaped buttons. Bree steps out and looks at you very, very intently as you examine the buttons.
Ask her which one I should hit.
He asks Bree, which one should I hit?
Honey, if I knew, I wouldn't be living in this house.
Bree tells you that she has been cursed to live here for hundreds of years, all while smoking. Ye cough and are more susceptible to cancers 30 years from now. You lose 2 health points.
There.
How many pegs are there?
50, a million?
You look at the door and there's like 9.
Tap the pegs so that it spells out, like, because I imagine it's like 3 by 3.
This is a very long command.
Have it spell out Big Phil.
Yes, ye spell out Big Phil as though it's in T9 and nothing happened.
Damn it, I really wanted that to work for you.
Bree touches you on the shoulder reassuringly, but you just kind of feel weird about it.
Look, I got a bunk bed. You know, we're not out of hope. I got 2 beds.
Look for clues.
Ye look ahead at the door, and it's a door with, 9 polygons. You look at Bree and ye examine some details about Bree. It looks as though Bree, similar to you, similar to what you once had, has a backpack with her name on it. It appears that she has been here for many, many, many years, and she appears to have accepted her fate. There is resignation in her eyes, but also a warmness.
Ask her what was in the backpack.
Oh, in the backpack? Well, out pops Sasha wearing a little hat.
Oh, hello!
Ask
Yeah.
Sasha if she knows anything about the pegs.
Oh, well, here's what I know about pegs. You touch them once, shame on you. Touch them thrice, shame on me. Woo!
That's why she stays in the backpack.
Up comes sprinting a little man that looks just like Sasha, same little hat, comes running up, panting. Oh, I'm sorry. I escaped the man in the golden robes and I came to found my predestined keeper. Mel, it's me, the man from your backpack. Why did you leave me back there?
You skip only 2 lines of just him suggesting
I'm
that
done.
he's very
Why are you
anguished
waving
that
your hand at me like that? I'm done. I'm done talking.
Some of us have this covered, sir. Louis.
Name the small man.
and please enter the name. Know that I can't see what you enter.
Lil Phil.
Lil Phil. Lil Phil is now named. Congratulations.
Woo!
Party member added Lil Phil, Big Phil, and Mel.
Well, I guess I can get to it now. He walks over to Big Phil, and they start doing a complicated handshake and dance, involving Big Phil's hooves and then a little jig, and then all the pegs fall off the wall, and it just opens up.
We're in.
Hi, welcome to Radio Shack.
Inside is Hayden and Lorcan, 2 very bored looking, dreary Radio Shack employees who just don't look like they wish that you just never came in.
Very helpful.
Ask for
need
rice.
headphones or something?
Ye ask for rice from a Radio Shack employee.
No, we don't.
The thought slowly dawns on you that perhaps the trust you needed to win was maybe not Michael, but instead Radio Shack employees.
But we do have a race.
Name employees.
Yes, please type in your name for both employees of Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Dill and Will. Ye point enthusiastically at Hayden and say, "You are Dill," and you do the same for Lorcan and say, "You are Will," and they just look at you like you might imagine if you did that to real Radio Shack.
I no, we don't. Why did she call you Will? What? No, we don't have rice. We don't have any of this stuff. Do you need water? Are you okay?
Offer them Lil Phil, who can work the front desk. So
What?
they can go do whatever they want to do in the back.
Sorry,
Ye offer a living being to a store, like a retail store.
Please, no.
I'm getting manager. What do we do here? I mean, you're ahead of me.
I kind of think we take him. Seems like a fair trade.
No, you can't.
I've got a rice bowl in the fridge.
I mean, that's probably good enough, right? Yeah. Will you take a half-eaten rice bowl, and we'll take this thing?
Yes.
Little Phil jumps on Big Phil and they dash away.
You've lost our trust.
You're the worst.
All right, we didn't quite get there, but that's the end of the Game Master. We got so close. We tripped at the finish line. We just sold out our friends to a corporation at the end. So close, though.
Not a successful corporation, also.
Yeah.
Does Radio Shack still exist?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it does?
Really?
But
I
it
really
probably-
loved the image of someone putting their phone in water and stuff, and then trying to fix it by putting it in cooked rice that has
wet rice.
Also, isn't it just a cracked screen? That's not what you
It's
do.
also a
right?
cracked screen.
Yeah,
you don't put it in water.
You know what? We're micromanaging. We have the benefit of hindsight. Mel, I think that your idea about the rice with your cracked, I mean, I get where you were going with that.
Sorry, I don't build phones.
Yeah,
When Mel
that's-
doesn't have service, she just tries to put her phone in rice.
I did love renaming every single person you encountered.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mason, you can't see the chat?
No, when I said Big Phil, I accidentally only sent it to Hayden.
Who's wondering? Okay, yeah.
That's why I was like, no good. I'm just now gonna have to say this.
I did not realize
That's actually really funny.
Or else I wouldn't have piped up.
Oh man, that's funny.
All right, that was Game Master. Every game, I think one of the reasons I like Game Master is everyone is completely different from the.
Yes.
Danny, what's up?
I was just gonna say hashtag justice for Lil Phil is going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, because he was just completely handed over to a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Big bummer.
Him and Big Phil got away though.
Yeah.
Got away.
They lived happily ever after, I'd like to think.
Yeah, it's like the
I
really
think so.
weird happy ending that shames like the player.
Yeah.
Danny, in general, I haven't checked in with you on the chat in general. Like, how's the chat been? What have we been talking about? What are some topics or hashtags that?
We had what else did we have? We had hashtag skip was one.
Yes, it's a long game in reality.
One of Mel's best choices.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't even know what that means. Hashtag bidding war. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The well-to-do. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that was just abandoned. Like Mel was just like, yeah, no,
Just like I don't see why I would need that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything in my inventory? What are they gonna want? Water?
There could have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. Also, there was a Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, and no one else had a
yeah.
daughter. So that's
Damn
fun.
it. Wait, that was such a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to our second long form to sort of bring us home. Last week, which is something I'd really like to do this week as well, is we had our chat get a little creative and type out like entire worlds or universes or settings for a story. Like a setting of a story could be like, you know, like a mansion where blah, 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 you know, like just a setting or a backdrop or a theme or a genre or something. Whatever our viewers have in their imagination for where we are or in what world we are, please type those out in the chat. We will take one and then we will do a series of scenes that all take place in that world. One of my favorites from a couple weeks ago was Fire Hydrant World, which
Classic.
wasn't really the prompt I had in mind when I asked it, because I was envisioning like a world, like a cruise ship where all the power goes out, or something like more.
Wait, you
like
keep saying ones I want to do.
Yeah.
we can do that one, yeah, whatever. Like any like we can do that and go to something else or whatever. But just it's funny to imagine that I had stuff like that in mind, and then someone just typed fire hydrant world.
Yeah, it was fun it was fun to just like see also that it stemmed from people arguing in the chat about the legitimacy of fire hydrant world. And
oh, that's right. We chose it specifically because half the chat was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And then I think Matt immediately was like, "We'll show you what fire hydrant world is." It was great. I think it also landed the trending hashtag piss on me.
Yes, hashtag piss on me.
Oh, that's right, because we all were vying for the urine of the community.
Yeah, as hydrants do.
Yeah.
That was great.
Okay. In the as we wait for more suggestions of what world we're in, I'd like to ask Lorcan how he's been.
Not bad. Kind of a busy week. I won my third ever game on the hardest difficulty of Civ today, so that was kind of a big afternoon.
Nice.
Every check-in we have with Lorcan, first, it looks like he just realized he's in an improv show, and then second, he gives us an update on Civ.
Man's got his priorities straight.
Is that what you're saying?
I just saw a suggestion that I would love to do. Our setting is like a United Nations meeting. So we're in like a building where like UN people will meet. And we just learned that our civilization on our planet is like embarrassingly inferior. And we're all just like talking, like that's what just all happened to us. Does that make sense?
Love it.
So we're at the UN and we learned that there's other life forms and we're
and we just learned that we're like embarrassingly we're very embarrassed by the results of us learning about this.
Got
Right.
All right. So we'll be at a UN building and we'll just see where this goes for a bit. All right. This is our first segment of the long form.
So all these UN people are like freaking out, and I know I only manage the like phones and stuff, but it seems like a big deal.
Did you see the look on Germany's face?
God, I've never seen such expression from such a stoic person.
I know. That guy's been here for like, I don't know, 20 years. Not like in the building constantly, but I've seen him like in and out so frequently. He's like an ambassador or something. I haven't seen him react to anything. And now he's like crying and he like won't, I'm just a janitor, right? But like this guy was upset,
I mean, I get it. I mean, Bree, did you see anything weird? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I just walk everyone's dogs, but everyone seemed really.
How are the dogs?
Yeah, how are the dogs taking this?
They're not taking it well.
No, yeah, they can sense something.
Yeah, they're really empathetic.
They saw a picture of one of the dogs in one of the other universes, and
great dogs there.
No,
yeah, the dogs have abs. So
yeah, by great I mean ripped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs are feeling pretty.
Hey guys, I just got done folding all of the little placards with the name of the country that each person represents.
The name cards, yeah.
Right, and setting them in front of each of their places, which look, I mean, that's all I do around here. But is it just me, or is today like pretty wacky, wild, not so good?
They're taking it really hard. I'm honestly kind of surprised.
We've all known, I don't know about you guys, I've always believed in aliens, and why wouldn't they be better than us?
Especially to all these ambassadors and stuff, like all they ever do is gather and meet and talk about all the things that are wrong in like the world. So you'd think they of all people would be prepared for
would get it.
They would get it. They know how to what?
Oh, I've been pretending to be the food caterer, but listen,
Michael,
all of us up there, we feel really bad, and just
is there
anything we can do to kind of, we don't want to embarrass all of them,
Look, Michael, the most what was that?
Oh, do you want me to?
He's got like a claw mouth.
What the fuck?
Do you want me to tuck my extra sets of ears behind? I can.
You guys all have abs.
You're so ripped.
He's looking.
To Mel prepping President Lorcan as his aide. Okay, so I set a 1 o'clock meeting with you for the supreme leader of planet Nebulon.
Nebulon?
Exactly. And
He writes that down, like nodding, like okay.
I just want to make sure that you feel the most prepared you can be for this meeting.
Do you know what's the supreme leader's name?
Okay. I've been practicing how to say this, and I think you might want to write it down.
Okay.
Okay, the number 2.
What?
But it starts with the number 2. Okay, and then it's Z.
I'll call him supreme leader.
Cut to Lorcan meeting with Sasha, the supreme leader. She's absolutely yoked.
Oh, just ripped.
So like face muscles, even very intimidating, tall, just in every single possible way, eclipses and makes Lorcan feel inadequate.
Ancient texts and like other sources of knowledge are like just floating, like she has a gravitational pull and they're just rotating around her, and she's like briefly, it seems like she's speed reading them as they pass by.
The meeting place that Mel chose is a Gold's Gym.
I imagine you're going to want to get a lift in while you're here.
Have you not had your introductory lift upon entry into this building?
No.
Sasha extends her arms and every piece of gym equipment rises and then falls to the ground with a thud, and Sasha gives a refreshed sound.
There's the next one.
Yeah,
400
I
down.
knocked one of those out before you got here, so I'm all good.
What was that?
Sorry,
What
one more
was
time. Oh, I did a big lift right before you got here, so I'm
Cut to Lorcan and Mel after the meeting debriefing. Okay, how did it go?
Not great, I gotta say. She did this crazy thing. They're clearly magical. It was bad.
What did you
Mr.
do?
President, I don't want to be weird here, but that person you brought, or that thing, that super rip thing, like didn't wipe down any of the hundreds of machines when they were done. And I just didn't want to let you know that it's not really our responsibility to do that, but it's really you. Anyway, like just get the Secret Service. All right, I'm gonna go. Okay. All right.
Do you
Also,
want?
aliens don't faze me. I just want to be very clear here. Like, I'm Steve an alien. Like, I was a
Pick them up with her mind. How did she sweat on them?
God, look, I'm just saying she used it, so like wipe it down.
Mr. President, do you want to go to a different gym? I can get you a membership to any gym. We could
I'm never going back to that gym. I swear, that guy is always so rude.
I'll cancel it. I do have to give them 30 days. So it is this situation where you're going to have to pay the last month because it's not included in your annual fee.
I'll keep going for the last month. I don't want to overlap. That's weird.
Okay, I'll put in the notice now.
Yeah.
All right. I want to cut to the new suggestion, which I don't know if this is like a narcissistic call of me or anything, but Matt, you mentioned that the cruise ship idea inspired you earlier. So why don't we wipe and go to a cruise ship where all the power has turned off in the middle of the sea?
Oh.
This sucks. We finally get a gig to do improv comedy on a cruise ship, and there's a disaster?
I know. It's almost like improv comedy and cruise ships, just like, I mean, you can't convince me of this, but it's like, it's almost as if that they're not meant for each other or something.
It makes no sense. It's the highest promotion. I mean, the
I
only
was
thing
so
above
excited.
this is Who's Line.
I know. I mean, we're the biggest show. We're the biggest improv show on this cruise ship. You know, I just can't believe this sucks. And sorry, I know you were really excited when that like booking agent reached out to you, because like, you know, we've been an improv duo for a while, right? And it's not exactly easy doing like open mics and bars and stuff. And this is so cool because it's like a paying gig, right?
Totally. It's
like
$150 a month. And then we get to go to the buffet.
Free food, which is the only thing I
cut to these two. So this conversation like fades out and fades back into them saying this. They're in the captain's quarter. The captain looks totally overwhelmed. He's trying to like pilot this behemoth of a ship. And he's pulling levers and he's like frantically, and they're just telling him about how bummed they are about their improv.
And we're artists, and like people kind of talk down to us because like, you know, I don't know how to use a paintbrush or I'm not a dancer, but like we are artists and like.
Okay, if we have to triage the hospital, the infirmary, just start with the sickest patients. Okay, take them off of the life support, and we'll put them. What? Excuse me. What?
Captain, I just thought I'd mention that one of the first rules of improv is listening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not sure.
Cut to Michael and Mel, two ship hands in like a small cabinet in the ship. I just don't know what this light switch does. Like I turned it off. And like
it made a noise, but
it's a noise. Like I swear it has to do something.
Well, maybe it's like a mute. Maybe it's like a boom box, like a music machine, you know, because it made a noise. So I thought maybe, you know, or like maybe it's one of those. Oh, I know. I think I know. So I think, you know, it made a noise. I think maybe it's like maybe we turned on somewhere in the ship like one of those old timey ship organs, you know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
To
And now
the captain's, you know, the post, whatever. Somebody's turning off the engine. I swear to God, this thing keeps fluttering on, off. Captain, what's going on?
Is that what's causing the outages?
Yeah, I know. It's amongst other problems. We've got the problem with the hospital. We've got the pirates on the starboard. You know,
Go back to Michael and Mel. I'm off the deep end. Watching I dive in.
Cut away to an older couple walking down a hallway, just like doing laps for leisure. It's Lorcan and Sasha, and they're like an older married couple just on a cruise.
Well, this weather's certainly getting better.
It definitely is. Does it seem dark?
Well, it's nighttime, Lorcan. My God damn.
But normally you've got lights out here.
Are you going to be this way all the way until Puerto Vallarta?
Oh.
We hear in the background just like the faint din of like absolute chaos, like people screaming. There's crashing. There maybe like a gunshot or something.
There is an organ turning on and off also amongst the noise.
Did you have an extra margarita with dinner?
Is that not allowed? I thought we're on vacation.
You've just been very catty all evening.
I'm sorry. I'm really happy about this vacation that you got last minute without telling me so I can cancel my pre-existing plans, Lorcan.
Like I said, catty all evening.
Lorcan and Sasha eventually come to sit down in like a dark like theater room-ish, and Bree and Mason like peek out from behind the curtain, surprised they're there.
Oh my God, I guess we still have to do this. The show must go on.
Well, but
there are fires burning in the hallway.
Are you sure they know this is like where the improv show was going to be at 7 p.m.?
Do you think Tina Fey ever canceled an improv show?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to suggest that I thought Tina Fey.
I don't think she ever did, because I don't think you get to create the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt if you cancel improv shows.
Well, that's a scripted show, right?
You know what I mean? It's like a path thing. It's like a work.
Oh,
ethic
yeah.
thing. It's not like a
Yeah.
Cut back to the
Person dashes through and just throws themselves out a window.
Do you think this is part of it, Lorcan?
Yeah, these kids are always doing new age comedy.
Mel, go for it.
Back to Michael and Mel. Okay, we have stuff to do. Do you remember which way this was facing when we came in? Was it up or was it down? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure it was up, but it's always good to leave your electronics off when you leave the room. You know. So
all right. They switch it off and everyone dies, and that's the.
Yeah, but the improv show went on, right? Did they crash?
Improv show, yes. To be clear, in the aftermath, like in the after credit scene after everyone's dead, we see that Bree and Mason are like yes-ending the shit out of each other, and no one's there, and everyone's dead.
It's like the Titanic,
we bring
the violin.
people up to do they join, and they're good.
They're good. They kill
It's like the musicians in Titanic, but instead it's like people doing bits on stage.
I will go down with the ship.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure playing with
yes,
you.
ending with you.
All right. Well, that was more chaotic than I imagined, even though the premise is chaotic.
Can't shut off the power, man.
Yeah. I think that takes us to time. It's 7:20 PST, which is thank you for the shout out to Pacific Standard Time earlier in the show, Mel.
Yeah.
Am I remembering that right?
PS Dandy.
Yeah. But yeah, like thank you so much to our chat for joining us. That's all we have this week, but we will be back in future weeks. We usually have decided around midweek whether we'll be having a stream in the upcoming week, and you can follow us on social media or our Patreon, which is a wonderful way to keep up with us. We're very, we love posting updates for our patrons as well on there. Danny, could you please link like maybe our Instagram and our Patreon in the chat?
Yeah.
Cool. And let's see. Are there any? I asked some of you how your week was. Normally I get to everyone, but with a bigger week, obviously I wasn't able to get to everyone. But thank you so much for like joining the show to our amazing chat and our cast as always. Was there anyone who I didn't get to ask how their day was in the chat who wants to share anything about anything really? Or are we?
We have to share our majors.
Yeah, that is true. That's our tradition. I'm not sure if everyone in like this cast right now knows this, but for every week we'd been sharing our majors, but also every week we had been cutting off the stream before we actually say our majors. So we have literally like maybe once ever, if even that, actually had our audience hear what the answers were.
Yeah, I think the last time we did it, and then the time before we got everyone except for I think Bree's got cut off.
Bree has to go first then.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say that I know we can't recycle characters. That goes against the like ethicalness of improv. But if those old people ever want to come back in a show or to my house or anything, I would like that.
You get a little catty.
It is interesting,
So
like
funny.
not to get podcasty all of a sudden, but I do think that like every improviser has different lines for what's considered like okay to do in an improv show, and I feel like my opinion has like constantly been changing over the years. Like do you guys think that like if a character you had done in a previous show came back, that would be like somehow not an improv show anymore, or like it would violate some rule?
I think if you're playing the same game as that character, but if it's just like mannerisms and characteristics that like you fall into, then I think that that's fine.
I almost want to ask our chat for a moment. Like chat, like what do you think like constitutes like cheating in an improv show, or like what's not real improv?
I think it's probably kissing someone else.
Kissing someone else?
Mel, you break that
See,
rule
but
every
emotional
time we
cheating
get
can be
together.
just as bad.
Okay. Was Hayden about to say something? I actually cut someone
No, I
off
was just
for it.
going to say that Mel breaks that rule every time we get on stage. She's she's so nervous about kissing everyone. She spilled her drink. Oh,
Did you spill your drink on your computer?
look at her.
Did it break?
Look at her. She's so worried.
Put it in rice. Put it in rice.
Put it in rice. Ask someone for rice. Call Radio Shack. See if they have rice.
Spotlighted her.
Oh my god, everything's
Put it in rice.
It's
Get
just nothing
rice.
but vodka.
Wait, no, it's Spotlighter. Spotlighter. Oh, did she mute herself? Is that why?
No, I can still.
Screaming. That's so funny.
Wait, I see like a droplet on her camera, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
It didn't do anything.
Oh
You missed
no.
it. You missed the droplet.
my god.
We're all not spotlighted anymore, right?
The droplet's still there.
No, we're fine.
Oh,
I'll go
guys,
back to it.
everybody say goodbye to Mel. It's the last time she's on the show.
Yeah, well, she won't have the requisite technology, so she's got her.
Look, that's a great view.
Oh, that's a great
That's like a real 2007 view of like
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
I like legitimately like posed that question because I know that like every improviser's like internal like compass is different for like, because I know some people who are like, if you literally like mention a joke or a bit you've done with another person in your entire life during a show, then like it's no longer improv somehow. And I also know people who like will just straight up do bits from existing TV shows in their improv. You know,
Yeah.
so I feel like both extremes exist, you know?
Yeah, that's awful.
I don't
don't like
feel
that
as
either.
strongly, the first person that you described, I don't feel that strongly about basically anything in improv aside from like doing something that actively is like mean or like counterproductive to your fellow performers. Yes, no. That has to be a bit because I think that might make it worse. Would it make it worse? I don't know. Yeah, it's not like
Mel,
good.
computer. Mel, don't do
When did
that.
I have?
Mel, you've done this character before, Mel. You can't repeat this character. You've already done this.
Computers can tolerate high heat. They just can't. Oh,
Oh, and that's it. That's the end of Mel, and that's it. Her computer
was
is
that? I
officially
hope
done.
that wasn't because.
No, that's. I mean, that's pretty lighthearted, but
Well,
my heart's
you're
kind of
muted.
broken for her right now.
To
liked
answer.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, yay!
Mel, update, please.
She's muted. Oh, there you
I got most of the water. Well, it's not water, it's tequila.
go.
Oh,
Are you just drinking a glass of tequila?
Mel, is that a flex? What?
Guys, I don't want this to turn into something it's not.
Alcohol
What does that
evaporates
even
really
mean?
quickly. You're fine.
Huh?
Conversation about you drinking tequila neat while we do a show?
There's ice on the table.
So on the rocks, tequila on the rocks, Mel.
On the rocks.
Could you be hotter? Damn.
Yeah, Mel, this is great.
God,
Oh,
if I
you're
spill my
doing
like
great.
beer, I'm not going to brag about it
Is
anymore.
this still happening? Is this going to be on the internet?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely
Yes.
going to be on the
And it's
internet.
already on the internet.
It's already, it's on the internet right now.
Did you know that we are streaming live?
We're gonna have a version where it's just this, right?
Yeah, oh, well, we'll do this as a breakout. This will be released as a separate episode.
This is
We just
actually
tried to look
this
like last
entire
game.
this entire
Any
section is
future
now our new
job, Mel,
outro.
just don't bring a CV. Just bring this little clip.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live. So like the chat like seems to agree more or less that like things that have happened before or like referencing things that aren't necessarily entirely made up on this spot are generally okay as long as they're not overused. So I guess like from our audience's perspective, it's just like a you know, as long as it feels tasteful and in the spirit of things. And I kind of agree with that because I feel like you can tell if someone is doing something that is technically in a way not entirely improv, but their inspiration to do so was spontaneous on the spot, inspired by
Yeah, that's a good
the
point.
show. It's fine.
Mhm.
But if they wanted to shoehorn it in before the show even started, that's too much.
Nobody seems to have complained, but I've just been regurgitating Scrubs lines for the past 12 years. And no one's seemed to notice.
I'm no Superman.
Yeah, Hayden ends every scene like that. And we're like, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what that's from.
I guess
Yeah.
the most important thing to remember is
That's yeah. You know, sometimes and almost.
All
My
right.
Zach Braff definitely is what?
No, go for it, Michael.
My Zach Braff sounds like Kermit the Frog. That's it. That's the only thing. There's a lot of.
I'm glad we got that
overlap.
in. I'm glad we got that in.
Yeah, I'm glad
Can't
we
save
did
every patient.
You know,
That's the graph.
it's not easy being green.
Go on, Bree.
Yeah, Bree.
What?
You were doing your Zach Braff?
Mel, we need one more update from you, Mel. How's it going?
Mel, how are we doing? Your lighting is not great.
I'm going to be honest. You look like you are trying to come off like Jesus, but you just look distressed.
This is so freaking stressful. There's tequila everywhere. My socks are soaked.
The socks?
Damn.
Did you just pour yourself
Did you just do that whole show from your sock drawer? What?
It not that I had to explain myself to you guys. It wasn't just tequila. It was tequila and LaCroix. And so it was a full glass. And it
Yeah.
was
Good.
I
Where did it go?
LaCroix.
Did it go right on the laptop?
yes,
What flavor LaCroix?
lime.
you guys.
You should be fine.
Checks out.
Though. It is
All right,
the-
everyone. I think I
soft
think
one.
we'll
No.
just have to
No
like
soft shell.
film and produce and post Mel's update later. But
Mhm.
for now, Mel, thank you so much for the post-show theatrics. It also, by the way, it looks like a found footage film where you're just like, I spilled tequila all over my socks. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in these woods.
All right, everyone, let's do our post-show tradition to take us out. On 3, say the
It
major.
doesn't say recording
We'll
anymore.
just see if we cut it off at the right time.
Oh yeah, it's not recording anymore. That's fine. I stopped recording, but it's still
Oh,
live.
that's fine. We're still live.
Why
on YouTube,
weren't you
right?
capturing that gold?
I captured most of it and then I
I'm
stopped.
teasing you, Dan.
All right, on 3, say your major. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Political science, and I minored in writing. It was a separate program that you had to apply to.
All right, everyone. Have a good
Major.
weekend. Bye.
Major.
Do you think?
Hold on.